All right, guys, good morning. And how kind of you to join me for breakfast for this soon to be hot, very hot Friday here in Ohio. It is currently 10 a.m., finishing breakfast with some coffee. I don't have any plans until later on this afternoon. There is no grass to cut because if it doesn't rain for 2 weeks, yeah, I'm not complaining. So, no grass to cut, no outside chores to do. Maybe hit the pool later. So, for this one, we'll just talk some random news around the web. And I'm sure at least some of you will catch this later. Sorry that I missed you. But this is like the random news and nonsense that I do around the web. Sometimes focusing on technology, sometimes not. A little bit of mix in there. But yeah, right now I am actually downstairs in the rec room. I am not in this picture that you see. This was, I think, last year or year before at a local Brooklyn bagel restaurant. But I am downstairs having a cup of coffee. Delicious. The background music, if you hear it, it is of course my dad's tunes from Italia, beautiful love songs that I sometimes play. If you are new here, welcome. It's great to have you here. Have a coffee on me. All right. Let's go into the news. First of all, if you haven't already, check out the Brave browser. This is currently my second favorite browser, right up there with Google Chrome. Both of these work great in both Windows and Linux. I've never had a problem running Brave or Chrome. Firefox, for some reason, still in Linux sometimes gives me problems. I'm not sure why. Firefox is still good. I still use it, but not as much. But if you haven't already, check out the Brave browser. All right, this one made me laugh. How to install Burp Suite on Linux. This is from Make Tech Easier website. I guess this is some kind of security suite, web security. I am not sure why they call it Burp. All you security gurus out there, let me know why this is called Burp. I won't go into the jokes here. I don't think it's necessary, right? But yeah, to be quite honest, this is the first time I have heard of the Burp suite. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Another sip of coffee here. I got this Keurig machine, and it's delicious. Makes delicious coffee. Okay, well, this is from thecooldown.com. China just unveiled a futuristic sun-powered car. And it only took 5 months to develop. It seems like China's starting to kick our collective tech butts when it comes to certain aspects of technology. I don't believe the range of this is very far. I think I read it's less than 50 miles on the range of this thing. But it's a start. Still, it is a sun-powered car. And yeah, one day you'll never have to see a gas station again. And I know there are hybrids out there and all electric cars now, but to be completely powered from the sun, and it works, It only took 5 months to get this to, well, I don't think it's on the market yet, but get this to showroom, as it were. It's not bad. I could have used more sugar in this coffee, but I'm too lazy to get up and get it. Anyway, so check out the sun-powered car from China. Well, let's do a little bit of some silly news here. Tesla asks, I'm not going to show you the whole video, but you can see this on the screen, those of you watching this. Tesla asks Model Y owner to tow burned out car to the service center. The car's on fire. He calls Tesla and they told him to tow the car to the Tesla service center. I feel sorry for this guy. I think he's okay, so I'm not going to crack any jokes here. But yeah, it says your common sense apparently isn't so common. They seem like wonderful cars. One of my neighbors has one. It's the car with the it has like the bird, not the bird. Was it a gull wing doors that come up? It's a nice looking car. So look, if you have a Tesla, let me know what it's been like. But this is one of those things that's funny, but it's not funny. Yeah, your car is on fire. You call whoever, and GM, whoever says, yeah, we'll just tow it to the garage and let us check it out. Shall I tow the ashes to the garage? Will that be enough? Oh boy. Okay. Well, speaking of, well, this isn't a car, but this is from Supercar Blondie. Man turns a trash can into a record-breaking speed demon. A Honda engine-powered... This is real. A Honda engine-powered trash can. 63 miles per hour. Why did he build something like this? Because he could. I guess there's going to be a lot of trash talking going on. Or went on after he broke the record. Haha. Yeah. This dude, I guess, in his spare time in his garage, took the Honda engine and spare parts, and at least he's wearing a helmet. 63 miles an hour trash can. I don't think it's street legal. At least I don't think it is, but this is funny. Yeah, that would be funny to drive here in Ohio up and down the hills. Past my neighbors. You know, collect trash along. Hey, there's a thought. I could have this. And I could drive with this thing collecting pieces of trash, you know, for a fee. Of course, I wouldn't be able to fit much in this thing, right? 63 mile per hour. I believe it's a Honda engine-powered trash can. Wow. Well, the donut wars are here, according to this article. I know there's been talk of you know, better diets, less sugar. I totally get it. This is from Wired.com, and yeah. It says here, we are living through an era of donut innovation like no other. Future historians will debate, okay. Healthy donuts, why not? Apparently there's a new law in the United Kingdom. Yeah. Leading the charge is British donut brand Urban Legend. I don't know it. I picked donuts because their health credentials are generally quite dreadful. I think that's the point, to be sugary, sweet, and not good for your teeth. That's how dentists stay in business. So, the Donut Wars are coming. I think this is a sequel to Star Wars. Feel the power of the sugar. Thank you, Darth. Made me laugh. Donut Wars. Another sip of coffee. All right, I've talked about Chromebooks. The gold standard for Linux worldwide because they just work. They've been around since 2011. Yeah, there was a deal on this Chromebook. This is from chromeunbox.com. And apparently it says here it's an offer you can't refuse. Well, it doesn't say that. It says it's one you absolutely cannot miss on this Acer Chromebook 514. I have two of these. One of them expired. The official updates from Google expired, but I was able to install Lacrosse browser. Still run it through the web browser quite safely, it would appear. But these machines, they are about as flawless a Linux machine as you can have. Now, when I say flawless, I mean they work the way they should. I haven't noticed a bug. The updates work. The updates don't usually have never broken anything as they have in Ubuntu. When my Ubuntu said, after an update, it said dummy output. Thank you, Ubuntu. Greatly appreciated for the sound driver. Yeah, these machines, this is the Acer Chromebook 514. What is this? This is $199. Let's see if there are quick specs. 1080 screen, very good. 12 to 14 hour battery life is superb in this price range. Let's see, what else does he say here? Things he didn't love. 64 gigabytes return internal storage, but really for a person who just browses the web, emails, watches Total OS Today content, that's really not going to be an issue. 2 USB Type-C ports and a single A port. I don't see a problem with that either. Yeah, I think it's worth $200. Once again, these are self-contained machines, immutable machines, OS, Chrome OS. That seems to be the latest buzzword for Linux. They just work. Plug it in, charge it up, log in with your Gmail, Google account. That's it. Absolutely zero maintenance. And I mean zero. Now, just like any other machine, these aren't for everybody, but they work exactly the way they were designed to work. Meaning, you don't need a bottle of Tylenol or aspirin to run this wonderfully Linux-powered machine. Check it out. All right, this is from The Verge. Microsoft Teams on Windows 11 gets Discord-like communities in an AI art tool. Windows 11 has Microsoft Teams built in. I don't really think much about Microsoft Teams. There's probably nothing wrong with it. I'm usually on Google Meet, Discord. But it says here, this is from The Verge. Microsoft is greatly improving the free version of Teams on Windows 11. The built-in Teams app will now include support for Microsoft's communities. The company's answer to Facebook and Discord. It's also getting support for Microsoft Designer, the AI art tool that lets you generate images for things like event invitations or social media posts using text prompts. Again, I don't use Teams. According to this is Microsoft's answer to what you may find on Facebook, Discord, WhatsApp, Reddit. If you use Teams on a regular basis and would like to share your experiences, please let me know if you really like Teams and would like to join me on a live chat or in a recorded chat. You're more than welcome to. I am not an expert on Microsoft Teams. I think I may have checked it out once or twice. I don't recall if I liked it or not. But yeah, let me know. All right. This is from CNN. For the first time, you can see Mars as it is right now. They are going to, the European Space Agency is going to live stream for the first time, live stream from Mars. This is set to stream on YouTube on Friday. That's today, really. This event is celebrating the 20th anniversary of the launch of the agency's Mars Express, a mission to take three-dimensional images of the planet's surface. This is streaming today, which is noon Eastern time. Oh, that's today in about an hour and a half. Cool. Maybe we'll catch a live UFO. All right. Live streaming from Mars, the first time in history. Let's see. Estimates it will take about 17 minutes for the light needed to form the image to travel directly from Mars to Earth. And then another minute to get through the wires and servers on the ground. They've never tried anything like this before, they say. Yeah, it's, I don't know, what is the average distance between Earth and Mars? About 100 million miles? That's a lot of mileage. Yeah, I don't think your Tesla will get there on the full charge. Yeah, I'm going to have to check this out. Live streaming from Mars, starting today. First time in history. How cool is that? Wonderful. All right, I'll stick around a little bit longer since I have some coffee left. If there is anybody in the chat, I will check the chat box here in a moment. Don't be shy. Say hello. If this is your first time, thank you for spending some of your time with me. Again, if you would like to say hello, have a question, just say, hey, Toss, please do. I do these shows at random times. Some of these are sponsored. This one is not sponsored. I just had some free time. If you would like to sponsor a live show, you can check out the links below in the show notes. Thank you. But yeah, if you're in the chat and would like to say hello, please do. Let me know you're here. A little coffee here. Let me go into the chat. Aha, we have Chris from France. Sous les ciels de Paris. Hello, Chris. How are you? Welcome. How are things in France? The time there is 16 hours 20. Okay, so it is 4:20, something like that. Do I have it right? In non-military time? Nice of you to stop by, Chris. Yeah, it is currently 10:22 a.m. here. As I was saying before, since we've had no rain here for 2 weeks, there is no grass to cut. Normally I would be doing chores, but not this morning, which frees up my time to chat with you guys, listening to my dad's tunes in the background. So how you been, Chris? For those of you who don't know, I no longer use Ubuntu unless I'm testing it. It's yeah, ever since they switched to the GNOME desktop back in 2017, it has not been a pleasant experience. I've tried. Yeah, back to Linux Mint, Mate desktop, or Cinnamon. I prefer Mate. Lightweight, easy to use, easy to customize, although I don't do much customizations anymore. With Linux, I just want it to work like my Chromebook. And yeah, so it's been a fun ride with Ubuntu, but man, I do not like GNOME. You use Fedora, KDE Chris. Really? Okay. I think I tested Fedora once, and I don't think it was designed for beginners. That's the last thing I remember. It's been a while, but yeah. I know there's a Fedora Silver Blue, I guess is the latest buzzword for immutable Linux-based systems. So how's Fedora working out for you, Chris? I'm going to step away from the computer just for a minute. I need to make one more cup of coffee in my Keurig machine. So, Chris, if you want to stick around, please do, and I'll be right back in about a minute or so. Thank you. All right, guys, I am back. Sorry about that. Just needed to make another quick second cup of coffee in my Keurig machine. You guys, I don't have my camera on, but I am downstairs in the rec room. I have this 50-inch TV that I'm doing this on. To the left of me is my garage door, garage, and I have a coffee Keurig machine in there. And anyway, I just made a second quick cup of coffee. Sidney Smith, hello. Good move going to Mint. Excellent system. Yes, sir. I've been using Linux Mint. Well, it was after Ubuntu. I started using Ubuntu in 2006. Linux Mint in 2008. And just like other systems for, Windows users like Zorn, Very happy using Linux Mint, and I just got tired of Ubuntu. I wish it wasn't the case, but some point you just have to say enough is enough. So Sedan, how are you? Are you using Linux Mint also? Nothing like fresh coffee in the morning. Once again, if there's anybody else in the chat who wants to say hello, have a question, please do. I try to do these shows at different times, morning, afternoon, to catch people in different time zones, like Chris from France. But yeah, Linux Mint, multiple machines. Can't go wrong. If you really like the GNOME desktop environment from Linux, I would check out Zorin. They have nailed it with the proper extensions to make it more usable. And Zorin has been around. They came into light. It would have been after Linux Mint, 2010-11. I believe it's two brothers who run the system. Excellent. Superb. If you like the GNOME desktop. Probably should have got more sugar for the coffee. But here in the States, we're trying to cut back on the unhealthiness. Let's see here. KO2610, good afternoon from Finland. Hello. How are you, sir? I think it's a sir. If it's a girl, I apologize. Welcome from Finland. This is so cool. KO2610, by the way, Finland was ranked the #1 nation with the happiest people. Of course, they all use Linux Mint, haha. But no, that was a joke. But the first part is not a joke. Yeah, Finland has the happiest people for different reasons. So you're in a good spot, KO2610. So what Linux desktop do you use? So Chris says prefer KDE. Okay. Sedan likes the Mint. Dennis, how are you? KO likes Mint Cinnamon. Okay, I have that on one machine, the Cinnamon desktop. I've noticed it is a little bit heavier than Mate. It's so. I'm laughing. KO says happiest. We are grumpy as the H word. It's okay. We can use the word hell. I'm just going by what I read. Yeah. So if it's not entirely accurate, I totally get it. But I do remember reading something like that you Finnish people at least are happier. Maybe that's a fair statement. Then it says, sto bene, grazie. I am well, thank you. Awesome. Oh, it's great to see people here from overseas. I haven't done this in a while. And this is fun. This is completely enjoyable. Chatting with you guys and a cup of coffee. I wish I could travel to these places and just hook up with you guys. That would be awesome. Just do a live stream from Finland or France or Italia. That would be so cool. Maybe one day. CFWW, happy weekend to all. Well, happy weekend to you, sir. Welcome. As a reminder, if you would like to support the channel or the live shows, please do check out the links below in the show notes. I have a link for PayPal and Patreon. I haven't really kept up that much on Patreon. I'm open to suggestions. I think I have one loyal follower left on Patreon. You know, during the pandemic and post-pandemic, I haven't, done a lot on the Patreon page. I have the Patreon page because it was requested. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the Patreon page. If any changes to that or anything, or yeah. So CFWW, are you a Linux Mint fan also? CF says, just got back from doctor checkup, still alive. Well, good. I went to see my Italian doctor last week, Dr. Al Bendova. He says, I'm in good... That's an old joke. He says I'm in good shape. Maybe drop a few pounds. Yeah. Yeah, I've been messing around with snap packages and they're kind of heavy, bloated. I gotta drop some weight. I need to have that guy on the show who built that 63 mile per hour trash can. What compelled him to do that? MX21 since 2014, really? Okay, hey, use what works. Does anybody else here use Chrome OS or have you used a Chromebook? Of course, Chromebook sales exploded during the pandemic, rightfully so for school systems. If you have the need for speed, and I mean pure speed, I've never seen anything faster than Chrome OS Flex or a Chromebook. Nothing. Jeff Kelly is in the house. Hello, sir. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by for this, joining me for breakfast this morning. Well, I had breakfast. Debian for 22 years. That is amazing. Yep, I've messed with Debian in the past. It's good. Debian stable is pretty good. Linux Mint has a good Debian one. And CF says I have a couple of Chromebooks. Very secure. 100%. If anyone has ever gotten malware or ransomware on a Chromebook, let me know. I dare anyone to hit me with ransomware on a Chromebook. I double dare you. It ain't gonna happen. I just don't see it. But anyway, Joseph is in the house. Hello, he says. Been using Fedora 37KDE. Getting ready to pull out of it. Been screwy. Looking forward to Debian 12 LMDE. I need to clean my glasses here. LMDE 6. Okay, MX Linux 23. Yeah, Debian stable's good. Linux Mint Debian Edition, I installed it once. It's good. It's really not designed for beginners, I don't think. Or MX Linux 23. Yeah. Okay. Very good. KO says I have Chrome OS Flex and an ancient iMac. Too slow for anything else. Yeah, I installed Flex in a laptop that originally had Windows Vista. Yes, that Windows Vista. With the original hard drive. 2008, that still works. Chrome OS Flex. I mean, the freaking OS is amazing. It's the power of Linux. Ah, as Arnold would say. By the way, if you guys come in late and missed any of this, you can replay this. Check out the story on that 63 mile per hour trash can. That is hilarious. So Joseph, you like to customize your cinnamon transparent theme. Yeah, I don't do a lot of customizations anymore for fear of breaking something. So once I have it set up the way it is, I'm not changing themes, colors, just the wallpaper. Just that. All right, I'll stick around a little bit longer. We still have, looks like there's people still coming into the chat. That's great, especially from people overseas. That is awesome. Jeff Kelly asks, why doesn't LMDE have Mate edition, the Debian edition with Linux Mint? What desktop environment do they have, guys? Because I don't remember. I mean, there's a Linux Mint Mate edition that's based off Ubuntu, I believe. But yeah, I guess that was just a choice from the developers. Yeah, sometimes when you use VirtualBox, things don't always work out. Yeah. Oh, LMDE uses Cinnamon. Thank you, Joseph. Okay, yeah, Cinnamon's okay. I mean, it's not my favorite. I believe even the Linux Mint team, it's not quite as stable as Mate desktop, although I don't recall having an issue with Cinnamon. Mate is a fork of the old what the old Ubuntu was, the GNOME 2 desktop. By the way, I should have asked earlier, how's the stream look? I just installed OBS Studio, a fresh install here in my Linux Mint Mate. I hope it's okay. I haven't really checked it. It looks okay on the split screen, but anyway, yeah, Jeff, it's a fork of GNOME 2, and Linux Mint was very smart to do that, just to keep a simple, lightweight system for the masses. Yeah, I never quite got into KDE desktop in the past. It just wasn't for me. But there's something about the Mate desktop, my number one choice. Cinnamon is good. Zorin OS with their modified GNOME desktop and the extensions, I think is good. The only thing is with if you have an older machine that had Windows 7 or 8, or yeah, you probably don't want to use the GNOME desktop. You're much better off with Mate. Linux Mint Mate, Cinnamon, XFCE is even faster. There's Linux Lite. But really, for pure speed, you cannot beat Chrome OS Flex. It's just, yeah, it's amazing. KDE is switching to Wayland by default. Really? The Wayland? That's been in development, what, since 1962? Look out. Is it ready for prime time? I don't know. I think with Ubuntu, when you download, you can choose between the display drivers. Yeah, I don't use Ubuntu anymore, so I don't know. If you haven't already, check out yesterday's post. Someone wrote a Dear Ubuntu letter. A blogger, I think it's from hackaday.com. She was basically telling Ubuntu goodbye. It's been a fun ride, but it's just not. Basically, she was saying Ubuntu is just not fun anymore. Not what it used to be, and I would have to agree. But check it out. Yesterday's video, if you haven't already. Interesting. It's probably something I could have wrote. Yeah, could have written, but yeah. Arch is definitely not for me. Definitely not for the masses. Joseph, so yeah. So back in Finland, just real quick, is Linux a big thing in Finland? Just out of curiosity. KO, if you're still in the chat, or is it one of those, in passing? Hi, Cody. How are you? KO says you used Antergos. Okay. When it existed. Okay. Yeah, if you're going strictly to Debian stable, you really can't go wrong, Joseph. Yeah. Normally with Linux or with Debian, I would use the net installer. Again, it's not designed for newbies, but the last time I tested, I would use the net installer. And if I recall correctly, you can choose the desktop environment, one or more, if I am not mistaken, then customize it the way that you want to. Again, it's a little bit more involved than, say, installing, Linux Mint or Zorin. Not for beginners, but yeah, if you like to tinker, Debian stable is definitely the way to go. Cody, you switched from Linux to Mac too? To Mac 2 weeks ago? Really? Why is that? I don't currently have a Mac. I don't have the budget for one. I wouldn't mind having one just to test. But, yeah, Linux to Mac, interesting. Debian still does not offer a budgie on the net installer. Yeah, I mean, budgie's okay. I think they have, 5, 6, 7 desktop environments to choose from, so I think that's enough. Aha, you got a Mac Mini with your student discount, Cody. Very good. Yeah, KO says, well, Linus Torvalds is from Finland. Yes, that is true. Yes. considered the father of Linux. Just before we developed Linux, we wondered with a colleague, why doesn't anyone make something better than Windows? Aha. Well, I have to tell you, Windows 11 has been superb. The best Windows yet. I installed it on a 10-year-old, on two older machines. Surprising that it just works. Yeah, nothing's going wrong with Windows 11. So maybe for some people, Windows is just fine. By the way, Linus Torvalds loves Chromebooks. In an interview a few years ago, when he was talking about Linux fragmentation. All right, I'll stick around for about another 10 minutes or so. We are closing in on 11 a.m. local time. If there's anybody else in the chat has not said hello yet, please do. And we'll wrap this up at around 11. Yeah. I've played with Macs. They seem perfectly fine. The Mac desktop reminds you of GNOME, Cody? Yeah. Yeah. I just saw a new trailer for the next Mission Impossible movie. It's coming out here next month. They said it's the best one yet. Looking forward to that. The last time I went to the movie was last summer, Top Gun 2. I had to drive all the way up to Pittsburgh, which is about a 60-mile round trip because we no longer have a theater here. It's shut down during the pandemic, and it's kind of annoying, to be honest. Yeah. Are MacBooks popular in Finland? I'm guessing they probably are. You like OpenSUSE code? Interesting. Haven't heard of that one in a while. Ben, you just woke up. Yes, my good friend Ben, longtime friend here on the channel, he likes to wake up at the crack of noon. How are you, Ben? I may have to stay here longer just for you, my friend. How's things going? All right, Joseph, take care. So MacBooks are quite popular in Finland. I kind of guessed that. Yeah, I woke up fairly early this morning. Didn't have to. But when you have the sun coming through both windows in my room, it's time to get up. Yep. built-in clock. Oh, Cody just woke up too. Okay. Well, I'm glad I'm happy to be your alarm clock. Yeah, once again, for those of you joining in late, you may want to replay this and catch the news articles about that high-speed trash can. That is so funny. Thinking probably in the next tutorial I will show how to set up the Linux environment on a Chromebook. It's actually quite easy. I mean, it's quite stable. Oh, Cody, you work the evening shift, the hospital. I see. And a 40-minute drive. Oh no, it's a long day. So Ben, what are you working on now? All right, let's give this 5-minute heads up warning before we wrap this up. If anybody just joined in wants to say hello before I start my day, please do. Once again, it's great to have people here from overseas to say hello. I know it's been a while. Always a pleasure. By the way, has anyone seen the new Fast and the Furious movie? I heard it was one of the most expensive movies ever done, somewhere around $300 million. That's insane. Have not seen it. And, yeah. Of course, Avatar 2, I believe, is also one of the most expensive. All right. Are there any last call for comments or questions before we wrap this up here in about a minute or so? All right. If there are no more questions or comments, I think I got to everybody here in the chat. I don't think I missed anyone. So once again, it's always a pleasure to catch people, especially overseas, who don't normally have a chance to chime in and say hello. And I'll try to do these at least once a month. Or if somebody sponsors one, then I'll schedule something. But yeah, that's all I have for this one. So keep in touch. You guys know how to reach me. Have fun with whatever technology you use. And I'll catch you on the next one. So for now, I'll just say arrivederci. Take care.